So continuing on my learnings as a social entrepreneur, learning number 4 is the importance of engaged philanthropy and engaged journeys. So I always call EquiBeing as a movement. And in this movement, we definitely need people to come along. And as people come along, it really matters because it matters in terms of collective intelligence. It matters in terms of the execution, pulling in resources. People matter, leaders matter. And I have learned, of course, it started with SVP, then we were incubated at IIM NSR Cell. We had this huge opportunity through Live My Promise, LMP, to be in the Dolphin Tank. And these were all excellent moments in the last 3 years that I learned the importance of engaged leadership, engaged philanthropy, and how we came along with people who just stepped in to the journey as if it's their own. The next learning in terms of a social entrepreneurship is the importance of public-private collaboration, the importance of governments. Of course, it takes time. Of course, it takes patience. But without the government reaching the last mile is almost impossible. And indeed, in this 3.5 years, working with the government in many occasions has been a great pleasure. As I've mentioned in many of my notes from AL, there are officers who are outstanding, whose heart and brain is in its right place. And it's a great pleasure to work. But of course, the reality in the government is people keep changing. And of course, it could also mean that somebody even better than before comes. But it also could mean that the journey just has to pause before we get to the next phase. But working with the government is absolutely important. Now, the last learning as a social entrepreneur that I am reflecting in December of 2025 is the balance between advocacy and execution. I have been, as a leader, a true advocate for the cause, just a starting beginner, of course, long way to go. But as an advocate, there are so many high points when you meet stunning leaders who are not just listening to you, but who are willing to move with you. But at the same time, execution means rolling up the sleeves and really getting to it. Takes efforts, takes a big team, and takes consistent, focused delivery. And that sometimes is a very different game compared to the advocacy game. So while both of this are equally and very important, getting the right balance and bringing this together takes an effort and time. So these, I would think, are my top 6 learnings in the last year as I reflect upon 3 years of EquiBeing's existence, a wonderful and an amazing journey, just filled with so much learning that will create the next 3 years of EquiBeing. Thank you.